So they want to do their own thing, and it's. I mean, at some point you got to let them do that.
Right.
Like, you can't keep them in a space where they're not growing to their full potential. They've been hustling on my block the whole time. They need their own corners.
Right.
50, I'm just thinking you are always thinking 5-10 years ahead, and I got this funny feeling that there's probably an album or maybe 2 left, and you're about to bounce out and do movies or something else. Am I thinking right?
Well, is this a psychic? Because you're dead right.
He is so stupid. I'm gonna
Thank you,
fight
50. No, it's just Michael Shaw, the comedian, but thank you. Thank you, 50.
Because right now, this album releases June 19th, you know, and this album's called Curtis.
Oh, you stupid. You stupid.
And the next album is scheduled to release February 4th. And inside the packaging is a promotion for the next album that comes February 4th, which is the anniversary of Get Rich or Die Trying. And it's my 4th album. I signed a 5-album deal, but the 5th album is the greatest hits album.
Right. Smart.
Which means my album requirements are complete. I've already begged for Before I Self-Destruct. It's completed. It's like 2 songs away from being done. So my second album is already done.
Right.
You know, because I was writing to that concept before I changed the concept to Curtis and created what I'm getting ready to put out now.
Was the idea to name the album Curtis have anything to do with the fact that Cam was calling you that?
That's my mother was calling me that. My mom gave me that name.
Okay. Speaking of which, shifting gears real quickly, Supreme McGriff's sentencing.
Yeah.
Have you gotten any backlash about your feelings about that? Because he allegedly murdered your mom.
Nah. You know, check this out. Look. Me and Bream had a relationship. We used to be friends at one point.
WorldStarHipHop.com.
And then it changed. That's how the streets is.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, but it was funny to hear Irv on the radio talking about Bream and saying that he's, you know, want to end it because he got life. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to sit around in the pens. He's ready to die. Don't do that, man. He gonna hang up. He sounds like a weak person. You see what I'm saying? And then Irv should be smart enough not to say that, even if that's what he really is. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, but he sounds like the weak guy I thought he was. You know, under those circumstances. And even when it's almost like, even after, okay, you got life in the penitentiary. What do you want to die for? Now you should live in a penitentiary so your name lives. You see what I'm saying? Right. Live up to your name. See, the difference is your reputation doesn't mean anything because everybody there is like you.
Wow.
When you hit the max. You see what I'm saying? So it's nothing. The reputation. Now you got to be what you were on the street, but yourself. See, everybody that was there that did everything was an outsider that was paid to do it. It wasn't him. You see how some people really look strong, and it's their influence that's really strong. And they're really weak individuals. See, I didn't have anybody to go to, and with nobody to run to in that space. So I had to be strong enough to do everything that I was doing on my own. I had a bunch of youngins with me. And I put the young boys with me because they didn't have knowledge. Like the older people had respect for them for reasons that I didn't understand.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because it was old events that they had this respect and fear of praying from. And I didn't care about that. I mean, the young boys don't really care about it. OG stand for old goat. To me. You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't mean anything to me. And it didn't mean anything while they was on the street. I was telling them that. And I'm still telling them that. You see what I'm saying? Because we're married until death do us part. So as long as he's still breathing, we got issues.
Yeah. They said towards the end that he wound up not having any more money for legal defense and wound up using legal aid.
So what about Irvin, though? They supposed to have something going, right? Ain't the little boy Lloyd? Don't he look like one of Santa's helpers? The little boy Lloyd, he out there jumping around dancing and they ain't bringing no money in. Can't help him with his lawyer fees. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. I mean, and they'll make note of them being at Universal. Let's point out that I'm the lead selling artist through the Universal Music Group. You know, Mariah Carey actually beat me on the last album, but they discounted the CD down to $7.99. Now, Interscope understands that 50 Cent music is going to sell anyway, so they left my price tag at $19.99.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and they didn't count the other 1.5 million records that I sold on the soundtrack at that point.
Well, I don't know why Irvin,